everyone, it's Miss Melody from the Ludington Library Junior Room. Welcome back to Try It Out with Miss Melody. Today, December 21st, is officially the shortest day of the year. For the last few months, we've been getting less and less hours of daylight and more hours where it is dark out. And today is the shortest day with the longest night, the most hours where it is dark. So today we are going to be making something to shed a little bit of light. We are going to be making some paper cup luminaries. I'm going to show you two different ways that you can make designs on your luminaries. You're going to start with either a paper or plastic cup. I'm using a paper cup that's about 16 ounces. Yours does not need to be that big. It'd actually be better if it's a little smaller, I think. And you're going to need an electric candle. We cannot use real candles in these because they are so small. I do not want your luminary to melt or to catch on fire. So you want to make sure you're using an electric tea light or some other kind of electric light that can go inside your luminary. You'll need scissors, a hole punch, and a push pin. And we're going to start with opening up the top of our cup. We need to cut out the top of our cup to let a little more light shine. This is probably something an adult is going to need to do because it's a little more difficult. We're going to be poking the sharp end of our scissors in the top, which is hard for small children. And then you can either cut it out, or I'm actually going to rip out the top. I think that works a little bit better than trying to angle your scissors in there. So we have an open top and an open bottom. I'm going to let a lot of light shine out of it. Then I'm going to show you two different ways to make designs. The first is by using a hole punch. Now, the downside of using a hole punch is you cannot reach the middle of your cup using a hole punch because your hole punch will only go so far, but it will let out more light. This is also really great for toddlers and preschoolers to work on their hand strength because it's sometimes a little bit tough to push it through since it's a little bit thicker material. So I'm going to start by making a design along the bottom of my cup, and all I'm doing is just pushing it through and punching a hole, making some of my holes a little higher and some a little lower so it makes a little bit of a pattern all around the bottom of my cup. This might be a little bit difficult for you to see, but now I punched holes all the way around the bottom of my cup so the light will be able to shine out. And I think I'm also going to do some holes along the top to let some light shine out there. And these I'm going to do all one level, I think. You can make this in however you want to. You can put as many punches or as few punches as you'd like in however you would like to do it. You probably do not want to put them too close together though, because then they'll all just rip. So you kind of want to give a little space in between. That is one way that you can make a design in your luminary. The second way you can make a design is by using a push pin. Now, younger kids are going to need supervision when doing this so they don't poke themselves. We want to make sure we are just touching the not sharp end. We don't want to touch the pointy end. But this is actually a really great tool for younger kids to use, especially if they're just learning how to write, because this is also how they're going to hold a pencil when they get to school. So using a push pin is actually really great for them. And what you're going to do is lay your cup on its side and kind of hold it so it doesn't roll all over the place. And you're just going to push your push pin down till it goes through and pull it back up. And you can make whatever design you would like. I think that because my name is Miss Melody, I would like my design, or at least one of my designs, I think I'll have space for a few of them, to be an M for Melody. You can also do some snowmen or some snowflakes or just some lines and patterns, whatever you would like. The design is totally up to you. When I am finished, when I put all the holes in here that I would like to, I'm going to find a spot for my luminary where it is dark. I don't want to put this in a lighted room because then my pattern is not going to show through. I'm going to find a dark spot either in my house, or maybe I could put it out in front of my house on the walkway. A lot of people like to do that with their luminaries. I'm going to turn on my candle. You cannot see that because it's light in here. And I'm going to put it underneath. The light is going to shine out through the top and out through the holes that you made, and hopefully bring a little joy to people on this very dark night. I hope you enjoyed this project. If you would like to post a picture of the luminaries that you have made in the comments, we would love to see them. And of course, before you go, I have a few book recommendations. The first two books I have for you actually have the same title. They're both called The Shortest Day. The first one is called The Shortest Day, Celebrating the Winter Solstice, and this is by Wendy Pfeiffer. This is going to be a book that has a little more information in it. It has a lot more information about kind of the history of the winter solstice, what people through different times in history have done to celebrate it or notice it, and a little bit more about the science of the winter solstice. So this is for a child who can sit for a little bit longer. The Shortest Day by Susan Cooper is a Newbery Award winner, so it has great pictures. And it also is a little bit shorter. So this might be for a child who has a little bit of a less of attention span to learn about what is happening during the winter solstice and why we don't have as much sunlight. The next book I have for you is Goodbye Autumn, Hello Winter. It's by Kennard Pack. And it is about the changes that you see when it's changing from autumn to winter. What might be going on with the weather outside? What are some things you might notice in nature that would tell you the winter is on the way? And the last one I have for you is called In the Snow, Who's Been Here? It's by Lindsay Barrett George. And it is about some children who are taking a walk in the woods, noticing some tracks on the ground and some signs that animals have been around, and they're figuring out what those animals are. This is also a pretty short read, so not a lot of words in it, good for someone with a shorter attention span. I hope that you are able to come in and grab either these books or some other great winter books as we're heading into this new season. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope to see you soon.